Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Today, we are reviewing Get Up and Run, Running With You, Episode 4, voice acted Gacha Club series, yada yada. It's Running With You, Episode 4. And I'm joined today by Aiden the Best and Baby Satquin once again. Maya's back.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah, original voice of Reina is back.
I mean, I was more referring to the other person we reviewed these with in the past, but yes, that too.
Yeah, fun fact of the trivia. She was originally voicing Reina in like the first 4 episodes, even though, yeah.
Yeah, I think most people who at least watch the extra content of Mutant Girl probably know that. So the ones that are gonna come around and stick around for these reviews. Either way, so Maya, you've actually caught up on where you were last, right? You watched all the episodes that you missed out on.
I assume that's a yes.
Great. So I guess we have no reason to worry about carrying on.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the previous episodes, what are you doing?
Well, I'm still missing episode 1, but yeah, now.
Why would you watch episode 3 before episode 1?
Why?
Because I skipped episode 1 the first time, and then I'm like, okay, wait.
It's
I'm just
not
gonna watch
hard to
episode 3.
watch episode 1. It's on my channel. Link in description, but that's beside the point.
Well, I was gonna watch it, and then episode 3 was just very conveniently on the front page when I clicked on it.
Yeah, what a surprise that one of the most recent videos is further up on the page. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
It's almost like we've been on YouTube previously. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this episode is called Get Up and Run, so we're back to the running titles in this. Because I think all of them have like running something in the title except for Camping Memories.
Episode 3 is the oddity in this series. Honestly, it's a good episode, but it's definitely an oddity.
I actually did think in hindsight of a title that would actually kind of that would actually make sense and keep like the running theme. Jog my memory, but doesn't matter.
That just sounds like a pun.
It is. It is a pun. It's one of those things. There's a lot of shows that will kind of do that. They'll run with a particular theme, no pun intended, and they and they'll make episodes that are themed around that. Like Blackadder Goes Forth, for example, had all these different episodes that are called they're named after soldier ranks. You know, they've got like Corporal Punishment and Private Something. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's kind of cool. But it's more than.
And
just
by the way, fun fact: this episode actually has Jackson go through a mini arc, kind of.
Well, perfect. Yes, and also
many arcs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess in that one, let's look forward to that. Without further ado, on with the review of Running With You. And they disappeared. Okay. That was a short episode.
Is this the same clip?
It feels like Jackson hasn't gotten much faster, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the point of this. He loses horribly. Haha, you slow sucker.
Of course.
Yeah, the general arc of this episode for the character is basically, he kind of gets demotivated and he has to, get up and run. Ha ha ha. Fun. Yeah, fun. Funny, I know. Yeah, a character arc for episode, I don't know.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Correct structure.
I'm fine. It's just nothing, really. I gotta run home.
I mean,
also,
still having
listen to that music, though. That you hear that music in the background? That is a constant motif in the series.
Okay. I'm glad you bring it up then.
Yeah, that is actually a motif. I constantly use that in beginning. Like, I use the first 30 seconds because post the first 30 seconds, it sucks. So yeah, I start each episode with random scenes of do. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it.
I mean,
Now-
sure, okay.
Now let's get on to the intro because I love the intro.
You know I'm gonna probably cut this part out, right?
Huh?
You know I'm probably gonna cut this part out, right?
No.
We've seen this before. We know the intro.
But I love it.
It's fun to listen to.
Okay,
This
fine.
gives me happiness.
Okay, but don't be too surprised if suddenly the video just cuts. And suddenly we find ourselves in a different location.
Hey, you good? You were acting weird during history. Also, listen to that music.
Yes, I know. I hear the
It's
motif,
more
okay?
Peter Gent's morning mood because the Mutant Girl used it in the beginning of each season, and I use it as background music for for Mutant Girl related stuff.
Yes.
Because
The one thing that we haven't really talked about so far is the fact that this is yet another Mutant Girl crossover. So we get some of the Mutant Girl cast for this episode, which is hence why Morwenna is randomly inserted into this layup out of a classroom that has already been used previously.
I thought Morwenna had all of her classes with
they combined English classes for a day.
Okay.
Because
that's
there's an in-universe reason why.
Oh yeah,
And they had to combine English classes because that teacher was unable, so, and for reasons. We'll see that later.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although, however, I will say that most of the English class is absent in this scene. Like, what happened to everyone?
No, they're all in the room. The room's a lot bigger. We're just seeing a little bit of it.
Of course.
This is what happens when teachers are out. Nobody shows up to class.
I do love the fact that this is supposed to be a crowded classroom because of the two classes put together, and it doesn't feel crowded at all.
Listen, they're all there.
Morwenna's just standing there, and it's like, that's not how you... It's not a surprise anymore, because she's just there.
She's there. Don't worry. It's secretly a surprise.
I'm fine.
Sure?
Secretly okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mrs. Dysart, and I will be your English teacher for today, since your normal teacher is busy with...
Yeah. She got stuck in a vending machine. It wasn't fun.
Okay. So around the time that we were writing this plot point, we were also writing the remake that we promised of The Cupid is in Love with the Alpha, which, by the way, is complete, and we can work on that as soon as Emily is back, I guess.
Let me know what that is. I don't know what that is.
And one of the jokes that we mentioned in the original Cupid is in Love with the Alpha, which, by the way, was a review on my channel. Check it out in the icon if I remember to put it there. We actually mentioned that we think that just one of the Cupids who disappears from the plot altogether was just stuck in a vending machine the entire time, and so Aiden visualized that without.
So random girl got stuck in a vending machine, or a random teacher. I just had Emily make that and make the girl in the vending machine. Unfortunately, since she made it a JPEG, I actually had to go into my art program and cut out the vending machine and insert it on an image that I made. So that was fun.
Yeah, but this is the level of obscurity some of our references get to. Aiden made a joke that my audience would get on his channel.
Yeah, no, I just thought it's funny, the idea of a girl being stuck in a vending machine, especially. So just toss a girl in a vending machine.
Well, my audience, please go over and like the video because you're represented. I guess.
Girl.
So, my class will combine with yours today, and we're doing a group project. In pairs, you are to produce a report on a Greek myth of your choice.
Do you want to group up with me?
go for it.
Sure, sounds...
Okay, so at that point, in the script, it's supposed to be that, that I think it's either that Noah approaches Brad, or that
yeah.
already sitting.
Listen, the way I position the class, yeah. Ooh.
And Brad is meant to be to look hesitantly at at Jackson because they always, do their projects together. So you can imagine them probably like sat down on a table next to each other, and then Brad just glances back and is like, "Can I please? I really wanna get to know him, And then it's like, yeah, go on, whatever.
He really wants to get some, he wants to get some. He needs a cold drink of water right now.
I don't want to know what cold drink of water is a metaphor for, honestly.
Oh, no, it's obvious. He's thirsty. Yeah, he's very thirsty. He's very thirsty boy, Al.
I should have got some.
Hey, who wouldn't thirst for that? Who wouldn't thirst? Look at that outfit.
Who wouldn't thirst for an outfit of the exact same color scheme as your own? Why not?
Again, I personally should have probably had Noah wear a different outfit for his character. Character, so I could have like a Armal color scheme, not Armal color scheme, but like a color scheme kind of like Armal where it's different, like two different colors that kind of look good together. I don't know, but character.
What's the point of having a group project with another class, a completely separate class that you're only going to be together for one day?
I mean, it's meant to be just for the exercise. It's not like they're gonna actually. Wait a minute, do they go home? I can't remember actually. I'm gonna find that out now. That's a good question.
Fun.
Do you want to give up since everybody else picked someone?
Again, it's supposed to be that these two like. You know what? I'm gonna get up the script. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do.
Just takes out the script.
Yeah, I did this with Fallen Angels too. It just makes so much more sense for me to, instead of just describe what's going on, to actually properly just read out what we wrote.
Let's clarify exactly what we were trying to get across on a video that people who haven't seen this a million times are probably not going to watch, because I don't know who would actually be switching between channels to watch the exact same thing twice.
Well, this is a
unless
review,
it's 5 years later.
It's different. It's transformation. It's fair use. Anyway, okay. So actually, as it turns out, we did just say Noah comes over to Brad is the first stage direction. Noah, do you want to group with me? Brad looks at Jackson. Go for it. He turns back to Noah. Sure, sounds fun. Morwenna walks over with the rest of the class, hiding her tail from the camera, and then says, "Do you want to group up with someone else? Pick someone."
And the tail is hidden.
Yeah. The thing is that with this, that yes, I appreciate the fact that you did place somebody in front of Morwenna to keep consistent with the idea of revealing her always, that their tail always after she's been first presented as a shock. I appreciate that. However, in this instance, of course, she wasn't even meant to be in the frame before that point, so we wouldn't even have to do that in the first place.
Yeah.
Also, isn't that like Lilo or someone?
Oh no, that's Ivy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, Ivy goes to their middle school canonically now, because I had her character still loaded from when I did the Mutant Girl flashback. So what, I'm gonna change her design to make her, have a present day look, and I'm just gonna throw her in the background. And yeah, Ivy exists.
Okay.
Ivy from the DC comics or something.
What? No.
What? Does that look anything like Ivy from the DC comics, apart from the red hair?
I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I remember is red hair.
She was a 6-year-old in a flashback one time of when Raiden and Julius first met.
Yeah. Yeah, she had one appearance, so I just threw her in the background.
And Aiden, you wondered off camera why people didn't get this was in the same universe, because all of the lore details you have to know both of them quite well in order to actually.
No, I threw Pete in the background. I threw Pete in the background. Episode 1, episode 2 had Raina and Julius in the background. Yeah, I make it crystal clear that it exists in the same universe.
Again,
maybe people are used to throwing Gacha characters and random Gacha tubers and Gacha characters in the background of people's series, and they don't normally take place in the same continuity. Maybe that's part of the mentality, I don't really get that mentality.
Yeah, I did mention this before actually, but obviously when lots of Gacha tubers insert other characters into their shows. I mean, sometimes like Gacha tubers, like for example, how we've got a Gacha tuber in this frame as well. But sometimes it's just as a reference, or just to fill up space, or whatever, or as like a favor to a friend, like how Nasib wanted me to introduce Pop and Empress into the series because she wanted just to have them in the background somewhere, or just to show that they were around, like say, oh yeah, look, I designed those characters, that kind of thing, because that's what they did in the crossovers.
Yeah, clearly background characters.
Yeah, no, I misinterpreted that and made them integral to the plot. That's my beat, but still. So basically, when Aiden and I introduce characters that they're just introduced, it actually means something because, you know, a lot of the times we've actually planned these things very much in advance so that they can actually fit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, we don't run the risk
That's
of plot
the
holes or
purpose of
anything.
writing the script seasons in advance.
Oh yeah, or just writing a script in general, quite honestly, because all the GachaTubers still don't do that.
Wait, you don't write a
I
script?
mean, voice acted ones have
No,
to,
we
but
do, but lots of GachaTubers don't.
How do you go about doing stuff like this without writing a script?
well, I mean, stuff like what we're doing here, of course, falls apart. Any voice acted GachaTubers also will naturally have a
Full
script.
script. But yeah, most of non-voice acted GachaTubers will literally just just make up stuff as they go. Like, I kind of want this to happen, so I'm just going to write dialogue and take screenshots as I go.
Yeah, because
That's normally how GachaTubers work.
Obviously, we don't use the speech bubble function or the narrator function in Gacha because we don't need to, because we've got the actors for that.
Yeah.
So, so it actually, but for a lot of people, if you've got to type it out once, then I mean, what's copy paste? Am I right? Anyway, let's keep going. Just know that Morwenna was meant to be in frame. Yeah, it's meant to be a surprise. Anyway, all right.
But sure.
Oh.
Is
Movement, actual walking. Take it away.
that real?
Yeah, but just saying, the problem with Mora's model in this season is her hair was so big, it's kind of hard to see a tail at times.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's hard to see the tail when you have a wide shot and you don't focus on it. That's also a bit of an issue sometimes.
I should have did this. I did.
Because people's focus is going to be on the two characters that are walking away, or maybe on Jackson once he starts talking, and people realize what they're referring to. It's already too late.
Yes?
You must be the girl that everyone calls the mutant girl.
Well, yes. You must think I'm weird.
Not really.
I like the voice acting of Nova in this scene. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't heard the lines that she did for this one. Yeah, she seems a lot more. She seems a lot more subdued, almost like she's just, you know.
Well, she's kind of put in an awkward social situation. Normally,
Yeah,
to be fair, she gets bullied and looked at weirdly all the time. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
this is still very much during Morwenna's shy phase, so it makes sense.
Well, I did recently smash a dresser accidentally.
References.
Yes, references.
Ooh, that must mean your tail is super strong. I wonder how much.
I don't know. Can we get working on the project?
Right. Sorry.
How about a myth about Hermes?
Isn't that the god of messages or something like that?
Yeah, he's also the god of other things. Thieves, travelers, mischief, and the inventor of the lyre.
Wow, you sure know your stuff. I'm glad I partnered with you.
More than just a picture.
Oh, there you go. It's actually had a body pose to go along with it.
She was meant to shrug, but you can't really shrug in Gacha.
I mean that is a Gacha shrug.
More than just a pretty face. Just like Hermes is more than a guy who runs around with a lot of winged shoes. Sorry, did I make you upset?
No.
Yes, I remember why we chose Hermes for this now.
Oh yeah,
really.
it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, the running guy.
Really. I just thought about something.
What is it?
Plus, since it's kind of obvious now that they exist in the world where Greek mythology is lay of the land with the whole fallen angels confirmation of that. Yeah. It's always nice to reference Greek mythology, like we did in episode 2, and episode 1, episode 2, and in this episode's where we get Greek mythology actual references. Which is good, it keeps the world together and keeps it kind of relevant to the world.
I mean, well, I'll say like relevant to otherwise, it keeps it consistent with the feel of season 1, where there was a lot of Greek mythology teachings that went on.
Yeah, plus it's one of the cool traits about Morna, being into Greek mythology and stuff. I like that trait of hers. It gives her a cool, unique trait that most characters in most series don't have,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of main characters are nerds. Don't get me wrong, but I gave her something to actually nerd over. That and Shakespeare.
I'm a really good listener.
Hold on, weren't you guys talking about Cupid earlier?
Huh?
Weren't you guys talking about Cupid earlier?
That was in an episode that came out in January.
Is it the same universe? Because I thought Cupid was Roman. That's why I'm a little confused.
Oh no, sorry.
You guys-
You're talking about You're talking about like the Cupid is in love with the Alpha, which was a review that we did
Yeah.
of a video made by somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we did do an episode of Mutant God, which is season 2, episode 7, Love and Soul, which was about Eros and Psyche. So we do mention Eros by name, and we do say he was referred to mostly as Cupid. I think we'd mention that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
We
that was
keep it
one
Greek
of
for the
them.
most part.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah. We should have a shirt that says
how
"Keep
could
it
you make
Greek."
such
That'd be
a-
awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, because it's just like, I mean, I was about to say I could print Moen on there, but I actually can't do that. Anyway.
Maybe.
And why not be fast enough?
Honestly, sometimes all you can do is try your best. If I were you, I would keep practicing, and if you don't make the team, then go for it next year. You know, I could never make the track team.
What makes you say that?
Well, I can barely run because...
I see.
Oh, now you change the camera angle to focus on the tail. See? Was that so hard?
Wouldn't that help? Wouldn't the tail help? Like, the
Oh
tail
no,
helps with
the
balance.
the tail may help her swim, but the tail is an active hindrance when it comes to her running. That's actually a plot point in a future season.
Because it's like it's extra weight.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's speed-wise. I'm like, but the tail would help her not fall over because like tails are, in general, designed to assist with balance.
I mean, if there's
Well,
one
her
thing-
body has its own way of balancing her
Well, yes,
out.
that, but also if there's anything that I can associate with runners a lot of the time, especially track team members, is falling over. I'm sure that's a thing that happens. I'm sure it happens, but you know, I don't think it's as frequent as you might imagine.
It's like when she was a little kid dragging a giant stick around, you know.
Well, yeah.
Imagine running while doing that. Basically, it wouldn't be good on her.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Ma, you did get to that episode. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Stranger to being rejected from most sport because of physical limitations. But like I said, try your best and don't worry about what everybody else thinks. That's something I'm working on myself.
Ooh, panning shot.
Yes. If only they were sat down at tables, it would actually look way better.
Listen, I didn't know how to make them sit at this time.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder to people: some of these visuals were made before Aiden realized like how to sit these characters.
Yeah,
down.
no, all the classroom scenes were made before I knew how to make them sit down. So prepare for them to stand in the whole series.
How long ago did you make these?
This was made like a month ago.
Okay,
Okay,
hold up a second. Let's just.
I don't
Some of
know.
these were made a month ago, but you did say that there was portions that were made that'd been a long time ago, like, you know.
Well, no, episode 1 and episode 2 were made a long time ago. Those were the episodes that were made over 2 months ago, and then I kind of took like a few weeks break, did episode 3, and then took a week or 2 break and did episode 4, and then it took like a week break, and then did episode 5, or worked on started up on episode 5 and finished it.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Oh my god, are those freckles?
Yeah, he has freckles. Maybe I should do a tutorial actually on how to make gacha characters sit down in a classroom. That could actually be interesting.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, I know to now, but you know.
Well, yeah, just for other
kinda
people. 'Cause I imagine you're not alone in doing that. I mean, either way, what I would have suggested if I'd known about the issue, is to put a table in front of, like, superimpose a table in front, and then have them sat down and just not address the fact that there's no like chair rest behind them. They could be on stools for all we know.
Any ideas?
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
Maybe
smart.
romance?
Ooh, yes, I love romance.
You do?
Yeah,
We have them emote. Sorry, I just like giving them special little faces.
Yes,
It's
I mean,
fun.
obviously, while they're coming alive, we have Jackson over here in the corner, completely dead.
Well,
Jackson is having
Nah.
a Nam flashback right now.
no. Well, listen, he was meant to be off frame. Imagine he isn't there.
Which is meant to be off frame. How do you go for an entire shot like this, not notice he's still in frame? I'm so confused.
Shush.
Okay, sure, alright.
let's look up stories.
they look amazing reading.
I know.
Sorry,
Noah's
Are the books
Noah's
upside
poking
down?
himself in the eye.
no,
I
the
think Noah
book's
needs
like.
glasses.
Oh, jeez. Reading was weird with them. They're reading like weird. I think that's meant to be a spell book in the props, but they're like reading a magical spell book. Like, can summon the power of nature.
I mean, I guess you could say that that's like books on Greek mythology that Mrs. Dysart has, and the bolt is just a reference to Zeus.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
mean,
that works. Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, look
they're-
a lot better if they had tables, but still, hindsight.
I got it. What about Paris and Helen from the Trojan War story?
Sure. The main reason why I picked Paris and Helen is for starters, romance, and secondary, there's a character named Helen in it, and I thought it was a fun little tee-hee.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tee-hee.
I mean, of all the romance stories you could have chosen, you chose the one where a guy prays for the most beautiful woman, basically kidnaps her for 10 years, lets the entire nation fight over,
Yeah.
resulting in a bunch of slaughter because of it, and all because the lady was pretty.
If you're going for a sad romance or whatever,
He's like,
why not go
sure.
for like
It's like, sure, all of my friends and family are dead, but hey, what a good side piece I've got going for. Thanks,
Yeah,
Aphrodite.
why not go for something like Echo and Narcissus? It's like so much better.
I mean, yeah,
Is that a
obviously
word?
that's still tragic, but
But is
yeah.
there a female character named Helen in it? That's what I thought.
Oh my word, that doesn't matter.
It does matter. Not that Helen Moore is even mildly related, because obviously different god association, but that's beside the point.
I mean, the other thing that you could have gone for actually is Pyramus and Thisbe, because they were referenced in Midsummer Night's Dream. If you want a reference to something,
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much Greek mythology, and I knew plus I knew like the story of Helen of Troy was a thing, and I was like, you know what? That's related to Greek mythology and stuff. Why not do that? That was also one of the main reasons.
okay, that's a nice, sweet, romantic story.
So romantic. Kidnapping is hashtag romance. Just watch Taming a Bad Boy.
I was about
It's
to
so
say
romantic.
That's Taming the Bad Boy, yes. God, even when that has nothing to do with anything, we just still have it. Just still comes back into play. I love it. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I think I heard that story. Didn't the whole war break out over Helen of Troy?
Oh yeah, so I did actually reference the fact that this was that happened in the script. I'm glad I caught onto it.
Yes, it did. She was Helen of Sparta before that.
I wonder, what's it like to be seen as attractive? The gods use you as the most beautiful mortal.
Yeah, are you okay, Hayden?
Sorry. Sorry, it's coming. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh, okay. I think I think I know what you mean. I've closed the script, but I'm not reading along. I think I know what you mean, but I thought you were screaming because Noah's gone catatonic again.
Nah. And you have a war fought over you. I wish I was that hot.
I mean, I'm sick.
I don't know about that.
I didn't even hear the line. I just heard Aiden squeal over it.
Rewind time, everybody.
And you have a
I mean, I'm sure you are to someone.
Okay, right.
I feel weird. I know. I don't know. I'm scared.
It also helps that he's saying it to the character that you voice. Anyway.
I don't know about that.
Let's get started.
All right.
And done. That was fast.
Well, time flies when you're working on Greek mythology.
Clearly, time didn't fly.
Yeah, I know. Unless Noah there has entered the first stage of rigor mortis.
Listen. They just stand and listen. Shush.
also, although of course we don't use a lot of the gacha trope of having having characters there that have to do with the story for the sake of referencing them or supporting other people. What we do have here is the gacha cliche of only showing 4 students in the classroom that are relevant to the plot.
Yeah, listen, Gacha is very restrictive. I mean, there will be up to 10 characters on screen, but you also got to take into account the space in the scene. Unless you have like them like floating or something like that, the characters will be very squat.
Not necessarily, because Gacha Club actually does have a way of like, it does layer things on top of each other, so you can actually play with perspective and have a separate row of students. It makes more sense because the room's supposed to be crowded, isn't it?
They're off screen. That's my logic.
They're off screen, but they just have like this gap here that is. Oh, and
today was fun.
See, maybe she can go fast. I mean, look, what's your go? That was quick.
Yeah, it was.
Can I have your number? You seem cool, and I'd like to hang out sometime.
Sure.
Jackson is secretly fangirling. He's like, I'm going to stay completely still and just eavesdrop. And if they notice me, they notice me.
Yeah, it kind of is eavesdropping, honestly.
Oh. You know what? After this night, we're gonna have to show you the Marwick's birthday party, the next episode that you've missed out on. I want to see your reaction to that.
Oh.
Anyway, one thing at a time. All right, let's go.
You seem in a better mood.
Yeah, I am. Do you want to hang out with you while I try?
Sure. I don't have an anime club today.
Ha, weeb.
Yes, I am. Also, it's kind of weird how I forgot we mentioned it. We referenced the fact that that Jackson's a weeb, although that could be more like a playful way of saying weeb.
Yeah. By the way, Aiden Character Creation 101, if you need to find a quirk for a character, just make them weeb.
Yeah, I like being weeb. Excuse me, I am thy weeb, and I want to make everyone a weeb.
I'm a weeb and I'm proud of it.
I get it.
You the church of anime. I'm not afraid to do it.
Hey, look, I get it. I understand and I sympathize. It's just that, it's one of some bits. Also, I just realized, like, all of them, the Mutant Girl crossovers so far, like, they exclusively had Moen and Mrs. Dysart in there. Are they just, like, the crossover characters for you?
Well, I really like Mrs. Dysart a lot. I like her character. Why do you think I'm going to steal her for season 2 of Fallen Angels after you're done using her?
Wait a minute. What am I talking about? There is I've realized that that's a very clear piece of evidence that like all the time that this was in the same universe. Like, forget any other like appearances or whatever. The conversation with Pop Josephine in the first episode is proof enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but people don't pick up on it for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we went out of this. The thing is that, Aiden, with all the other stuff, you could have chart it up to what Ghost Kitty does and just like inserting the characters in. But no, we went out of the way to actually like get the same voice actor to portray the character, to prove that yes, this is the official Pop Josephine right here.
Yeah.
Just like Mrs. Dysart and Moena, obviously.
1 week later, time jump.
How was I?
That was your personal best.
Yes!
I like this music, actually.
I'm so ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the question is, are you ready for Friday?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Then let me remind you. Friday is the dance.
Okay, I know.
And Noah...
What? Do you not...
Yeah.
You just watched the episodes that led up to this, right?
I did, but like...
Sweet Jesus. Okay.
I'm not really thinking. Some things just have to be spelled out. But oh my god!
Maybe this is where we fail to attract the general populace, Aiden. Subtlety. We have too much of it.
Does it date?
Well, yeah. It is that time. I'd better hurry.
My thoughts exactly.
I mean, good.
What? We both... Hold on, what? Wait, what?
I think I feel like the way we portrayed it could have been better. Basically, he was like, my thoughts exactly, and I guess he was meant to be like, oh, oh yeah, you're gonna, do it, and oh my gosh, he, funny. I don't know.
Wait,
I'm playing matchmaker.
I think I know what happened. I just pull up the script. Let me just watch this scene again.
Rewind time, everybody.
Well, it is that time.
Okay, now I know what happened. So it makes it seem like he's making a really casual retreat here. Because well, it is that time. Like, I suppose, very casual. The line is, in fact, well, is that the time? I'd better hurry.
Well, you confuse me with your writing and.
I mean,
Listen.
I'm pretty sure like the whole like is that the time is a common comedic thing, but okay. And then Jackson, my thoughts.
I didn't get that when reading that part of the script.
Yeah, so let me just look at this exchange again. Well, is that the time? I'd better hurry. My thoughts exactly. I mean that. Gah! He starts to run away. Okay, that's what should have happened.
Better.
My thoughts exactly.
I mean, good.
And instead, he just becomes a zombie.
I'm thinking of air, but yeah.
Both know that's
It's like, I better hurry. I meant to say, gah.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
I can obviously catch up to you.
Okay.
And there's the end of the episode, and the finale comes out, in 4 days.
Oh, yeah. Wait, oh, yeah, of course, because you had it scheduled for the end of June rather than...
Yeah, no, all of June. All of June is the Running With You.
That almost rhymes, I guess.
It rhymes great.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was going to say... At least one of us achieved a full June release. Although, speaking of that, I believe now we're going to go and do a review on Aiden's channel and look at the first episode of Puppy Love, because I has missed out on that as well. However, let's go with final thoughts of the episode.
I like it.
The dance.
You want to see the... Okay. Yeah, fine. Stay tuned, I guess. Last episode I said, we need to get Maya back, because it's not fair just having me, has access to the script that wrote part of it and knows what it could have been versus what it turned out to be and everything. It's not fair for me to point out all of the comparisons all the time. We need somebody like with a fresh face that's not just, they're not involved in the creation of the project. Meanwhile, you come back and it's like, hey, when's the next episode coming out? I want to see the dance already.
It's a great thing that I like and is completely unreliable for longer than one shot.
Although, speaking of shots, again, I think that's what really lets down this episode.
I mean, the next few episodes, though, I have gotten a lot better about changing poses mid-conversation and, and having more dynamic poses. I haven't worked
From
on
a viewer perspective, they look great to me.
Yeah, see?
I mean, also what happens in this one is that because a lot of it is set in the exact same room, except for that last scene that we just had there, it also needs to kind of like rely on a bunch of other like variation in order to keep people's attention. Because we have long extents of wide shots that don't properly convey what's going on. We have the characters standing up, which doesn't properly convey what's supposed to go on. Then we have Morwenna still sort of one side, which doesn't properly convey what's going on. You see a theme that's going on here. So in that regard, it's because of the cinematography, I think, that actually kind of lets this down a little bit. I mean, we still get the cute shipping moments, and we still get the conversation between
shipping. What series would it be of mine if there wasn't any shipping?
Yeah, although
I'm starting to lean more towards Aiden's shows than Jacob's right now.
Excuse you haven't got to. Excuse you, my ships are more slow burn. Okay, this is a 5-episode.
Oh,
series.
Excuse me, I have a ship that takes place over a season and a half.
But does Maya know about that yet?
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she saw that yet, but yeah, no, a ship exists over a season and a half.
Okay, you know what, Maya.
So joke's on you, I have an even more slow burn ship.
You know what, Maya? We're gonna. I'm gonna win you back. We're gonna keep watching the music, girl. I'm gonna see what you think later. I'm so good at that. And Puppy Love as well. That's based entirely around a ship. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I forgot I had another like fun. Oh yes, if you want to find like if you want the best Mutant Girl crossover or something, I suggest the Fallen Angels one. It's this one because it feels more organic. We get more character interactions, and weirdly enough, it seems to be it seems to serve more of a purpose for both people both sets of characters to actually grow from it. I mean, Morwen obviously stays the same in here because he's already got her arc planned. That was necessary. But yeah, in terms of conversation with Jackson, maybe it's just because of the way that it was handled here and that they felt underplayed, but I'm not sure. Maybe I just need to do a script reading of these someday. I don't know. We'll see. Those are my thoughts.
All right, Aiden, I just realized something. My opinion shouldn't be taken as a normal viewer because the majority of my YouTube content is like tech stories without audio at all.
Well, you're perfect for the Gacha community then.
I mean, let's be honest. Most of the Gacha community just does tech stories. I personally prefer voice acted content. To me, it makes the characters seem more, I guess, real and alive when they actually have a voice rather than feeling more like a scripted or like, in many Gacha cases, a non-scripted character that just says stuff and through text. It's not real.
Once you've got the, I mean, it can be a double-edged sword because sometimes if you get good actors, then they can actually elevate the text and they can actually really properly add a different layer to what's going on, to the story, to the characters, to everything. But obviously, if you get somebody who's just reading from a script, it can have the opposite effect. So it depends sometimes. And I for one hope that people still continue to do the non-voice acted gachas because obviously it's a standard that not everyone can actually meet up to because of all the projects that have got cancelled in the past. But I'm glad that some people obviously, try and start up like this, and I'm glad that particularly, that we can add, subtleties of stories and connect everything to one universe, and that I can actually, properly inspire sometimes that's that shift in some other people. But for now, we've got another thing that we need to get to, which is for your channel. So we're going to go there. So check out that video when it comes out. I'll probably put a link to it in the iCards, like right here. And also, while you're there, subscribe to Aiden. But before you leave, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters.
And also watch the original video, please, because I still want the